Damn you, YouTube. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me today, YouTube? Like, for real? This is my 7th video. 7th. I'm going to have to, and the other ones weren't coming up. Nobody was logging in. People started finally logging in. And then it started buffering and doing all this stuff. So now I've adjusted some things on my phone. And hopefully this is the last time, because this is going to be like the 6th or 7th video I've done tonight. Hey, 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 y'all. Hey. I'm going to give it a chance to let people come back in. This is like, see, now everybody's logging in. Yeah, I did some things on my phone too. I cut off, like, I had it on my hotspot and all that stuff to connect to my laptop, because originally when I was doing it at first, it was all on my laptop and it was not. I'm like, nobody's logging in, not one person. That's strange. I did it like 4 or 5 times, and I said, let me try it on my phone. It was going through, and then it was acting funny. So I said, well, let me cut off all that hotspot stuff and see if that works. So where was I? Do somebody remember? And do you all have your cocktail? Because this has been so stressful. I'm already on my 2nd glass of wine, but don't you fret. I mixed some soda water in here, so I'm not drinking so much wine so fast while I'm talking. Mona, did you grab your wine? Did you grab yours today? Does anyone remember what I was saying before all that happened again? Where it started buffering? No? Pedicures in the corner while everyone doubting it. Oh yeah, go ahead and do that. Classism. Yeah. Classism, racism, it's all of that. But today's topic is going to be, is blood thicker than water? So we had already voted on that, but I know we got more people in here now, so I want to know, do you think that blood is thicker than water? Can you just give me a yes or no? No one wants to talk to me today. No. Okay. Thank you. No. Okay. Thank you so much. No. Okay. Thank you. I don't either. I really don't. And the older I get, I'm like, wow. It is crazy, because I'm learning that blood is not thicker than water, and some of the best people in my life are not related to me. Okay? And some of the people that are supposed to be my family and be there so close to me, they have their own, I don't know, issues and agendas, and I had to cut them out of my life. You know, and it's crazy, because I was just telling one of my clients, because every time she comes here, I noticed that her and her mom don't have the best relationship. And she started letting me listen in when her mother is calling her when she's here, because she's watching her child. And she's like, watch this, watch how she talks to me. And I was like, wow. So long story short, I had to break it down to her and say, you know, I was telling my friend this earlier too. We got to be more rational and not let our emotions take us or suck us in with other people's emotion, because at the end of the day, a lot of people have kids and stuff, or a lot of people were related to simply by a hot, passionate night that happened. Okay? Think about it. I'm just saying, think about it. You're back. Okay. I'm just saying that a lot of people are related because some people had some hot, passionate nights together. Okay? And all these hot, passionate nights that were happening just started families, and families trickled down to more hot, passionate nights. And it started bringing in more people, and that's how you end up related to people, okay? And so we can't help who we're related to. It's just hot, passionate nights, and I'm putting that in a nice way because I'm on YouTube. And that ended up connecting us with some people that if we had to choose, they would not be chosen. They would not be the chosen one. So with that being said, I don't think it's fair for you or healthy for you to feel obligated to do certain things or be connected or have certain people in your life that stress you out, make you feel bad about yourself or anything like that. You bring the people around you that are for you. You bring the people around you that are good to you. You bring people around you that are going to encourage you and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go there, you know, all mushy and stuff. But I'm just saying, I stopped feeling any type of way about not, or guilty about not having certain people in my life. I have had cousins and stuff that since we were a kid, we were hanging together, but I just noticed as we got older, it was like little things and that was being said and done. It was like, hmm, that wasn't cool. What she mean by that? Why she keep saying that? I feel like this person is, hmm, yeah. After so long, you could talk to them about it. If they don't do nothing about it, get rid of them. Anyway, is blood thicker than water when it relates to nails? I'm gonna tell you this. I don't make money off friends and family. I be broke. This would be a different type of channel if I if I was waiting on friends and family to support me fully as a full-time business. This would be a damn channel where I'd be asking for donations all day. Please help, my light's about to be cut off any minute. Okay? And that's why I tell people, look, you want to do this full time, you get somebody who's going to tell you the real deal, because your friends and family, everybody will come sit in your chair at first and let you practice on them. And that's great and all that. But when it comes to making the money and you want to start charging the real prices, watch how people switch up on you. To be honest with you, friends and family, the truly supportive people would pay you your real price and tip you, okay? They would pay you your real price and tip you. But most friends and family, see, I can say this. I'm just talking to y'all. This is the truth. Most friends and family are going to want to not pay, barely pay, or expect a very steep discount, and they are not going to tip you. I only had one cousin who always insisted on paying me. She would prepay me and write me a check, like paying for a lot of services at a time. She had money, so she could do that. And she would bring her friends, and she did all she could to support. She really, really did. Everybody else expect a darn handout, never want to pay, none of that. Never want to show up on time, any of that. Hold on. Jealousy is everywhere. Because some people may not mean you any harm, and some people may want you to be okay. But a lot of people, it's just human nature, for real, not to want to see you do better than them. If you could do okay, but don't do better than me. People are weird like that. Like once they hey, go ahead and go to school, do your little deals, baby. They're not about to help you come up, like come up and get like a new car, new crib. Especially over there, if they sitting over there in the same old spot for years and years and years, they're just not. Now, this is not all people. Some people have really good supportive people around them that are genuine. Okay, so I'm not saying everyone, but I'm just saying, as a general rule of thumb, do not come into this business expecting your friends and family to carry you, because you will be disappointed, and you can ruin some relationships like that. Because I've had people want to come. They'll like all my stuff on social media. I want you to do me. Oh, okay, sure. When? What you doing this Saturday? I'm like, working, but here's the link to book. Oh, okay, all right. They never book. And then they keep every week, every couple weeks coming around saying the same thing. They never book. That tells me that that person looks at what I do as something that I just do. And they don't realize that I'm running a real business. So that's not a person that I don't even want to pull that person. I don't even mention it to that person. If I come around that person, I don't say, hey, why you don't come and let me do that? I don't say any of that. You know why? Because that person has already shown me that they don't want to do my business the way that I want to do it, because they don't take it seriously like I do. They don't even look at me like that. If it was someplace on social media that all their friends were telling them about, and it was the hottest new place, and then one of their friends said, here go the link to book, this is where you should go, they would have hit that link and they would have went. But because it's you, they're not going to do it. You know? So I just say, like, don't get all caught up in that, because you'll be hurt. You'll be really disappointed and hurt. You better go after strangers. Strangers will respect you and what you got going on way quicker. Way quicker. It's just like that, you guys. Like, I promise you, and I know you say, well, I do my friends and stuff now. Wait till, if you're new especially, wait till you get really, really, really good and you want to charge some real money to pay your bills and do it full time. And see what happens. Most, not all, but most of them are not, they're going to fall off. And you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're falling out with people too, because I've had a couple people that will say, this is what happens every time I take an appointment off my books, like just verbally. Every time I take a verbal appointment from someone I know, they never come. You hear me? They never come. They may come, well, no, they never come. Or they'll call me like, girl, can I come tomorrow? Or, girl, just like, see, you gotta make people respect your business from the beginning. And friends and family, they're gonna always want that special privilege, but them gonna be the ones that will make you not only miss out on money with them because they're gonna half show up for stuff or be super late. They're gonna make you miss out on opportunity to have a real person in the books. So I really, 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 really stress that you do not depend on friends and family. You might have had them support you in the beginning, but shoot, hell, even now I do extra stuff for people that I've known. Like I'll come to them, and they still like, how much you gonna charge me? It's like I'll just charge them a little bit. Like I have a relative that's older, and I know she can't make it up all these stairs. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll come to you and I'll do a full set of nails for you. Just give me $50. You know, she don't want to pay that. And I don't even travel to people under $100. So, you know, it's like you can't do enough for them. And I personally choose not to deal with it because I would be freaking broke and on here giving you all my GoFundMe account information if I was waiting on them. And I'm just being honest. So how do you guys feel about that? Oh, see, on this phone I can't really see comments. I have to press for them. Yep, jealousy is everywhere. They sure won't show up on time. Nope, no, because they don't really look at, especially if they didn't have to put down their credit card or anything or book with you officially. They're like, oh, we're just kicking it. I can't run no business off just kicking it. My schedule, I have a real schedule, so that wouldn't work for me. And it's really weird because now I got a lot of people that keep loving everything that I do online. They love it day in, day out. But they can't seem to make it to an appointment. So, like one girl I said, technically you owe me 2 cancellation fees. She's, you crazy. I'm like, no, you really do. And this last time she did it again. See, this is my fault. 3 times with this girl, one of my little cousins. And 3 times. This last time, oh, can I come to you late at night? I'm like, okay, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, you can come. 10 o'clock. She called me at 10:20. I'm still 30 minutes away. I said, girl, if you can't be here in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to bed. But at this point, see, this is where it gets tricky too, you guys, because this is where it gets really tricky because I love my this little cousin. I love her. Like we hang out, we party together and all that. But she has pushed my business relationship with her to such a level where it's going to mess up our personal relationship because at this point she technically owes me about 2 or 3 cancellation fees and she has not shown up more than she has shown up. So that is to a point where it's like it could mess up our personal relationship because you don't respect my business. And I don't care what your excuses are. I don't think she understands that if I didn't know you, you would have been blocked a long time ago. And so that's why I say it's really not good to deal with friends and family because they will put you in a position to the point where you all arguing and now you all not even cool anymore. You get what I'm saying? And you could take my advice. You could not take my advice, but I have stuff like this happen to me all the time. And I got a little cousin right now that I'm like, she don't understand it. And I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you, it's making me feel some sort of way towards her personally because it's like you don't respect what I do. You know, just like you go to work, this is my job. And it's like, you don't respect what I do. You don't respect my bills. You know, so it's kind of making me like feel some sort of way. I'm human. So that's why I suggest that you don't deal with friends and family. Deal with strangers so you can just stay straight up business with people. So, oh yeah, I got a little story to tell you all too. Okay, so I'm going to read this here. Nope, they won't show up on time. Or if they had the chance and didn't take it. Ugh, yeah. Yeah, and when I'm practicing on people, I try to get people I know first. But I still charge people regardless. I don't do anything for free. But these comments keep disappearing. Oh, this is annoying. This is annoying doing it on the phone, even though it's clear. What I didn't appreciate when I first got done with school is they treated my service like they expected top salon work and never considered that I was still trying to grow in your skills. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a whole nother thing. This is what makes me emotional sometimes because everyone at school had friends to practice. Oh, I got to pull up the comments again. Had friends to practice on. Oh, and you didn't. Yeah, my school wouldn't do free days. I never had anyone either. Well, yeah, that's when you can go on Craigslist though and just, market on Craigslist or market on Facebook Marketplace. That's what you do, and you have them come up to the school. And you could just say, hey, pedicure for whatever their price is. Full spa pedicure for $18 or $15. First come, first serve, free design included. And then when they get there, you could just tell them, like, this is the school. If they reply back, be like, yeah, I'm a student up at this school, da da da, and I'm looking for models. It's a $50 value. We're offering it for this because we're trying to get our practice time in so we can go to state board. Would you like to participate? Special offer. That's all you got to say, really. Um, I'm pressing the comments again. Um, okay, so yeah, that's the other thing too. Um, if family and friends are paying you, sometimes it's like they're not even paying you the real price, and then they try to be nitpicky. And any little thing, it's like I have a relative who I stopped doing her. We cool. It burns her soul, but it don't burn mine. I feel at peace with it. Um, I don't really fool with her on that. I told her, I said, I really rather you go to somebody else. I've told her numerous times, and I think she thought I was playing at first. I said, I think you should go to whoever you was going to before, because you come in here and you say stuff to me that's insulting. You telling me how this other person did it and how this other person did. I said, I think you should go over there to them. I said, because I don't like being compared to nobody. I do what I do, how I do it, blah, blah, blah. And she kept doing, I'm just saying, no, no, no. I don't want to come to you. I want to support you. I can't stand when people act like they doing me a favor. Boo boo, do not do me no favors. I'm not mad. I just don't want to deal with you no more, because we're going to end up falling out personally. And what you're doing is very inconsiderate and is rude. You don't go sit in her chair telling her, I don't let anybody come in my chair comparing me to other people, trying to make me feel any type of way. So I'm gonna stop you right now. And I told her, you need to go to the other girl. And I saw her the other day, and she got it was her lashes. I see you got them done. They look really nice. I said, see, she know what to do for you. I don't care. You're not even paying me really anyway, so whatever. Oh, this is annoying. YouTube is just acting up tonight. You guys, I am so sorry. This thing, it's just, YouTube is just acting up tonight. That's all I can say. I've tried it on my laptop and phone. Can you all hear me? Man, YouTube will not let me be great tonight. This is like my 7th video. Y'all, oh my God, I put a lot of work into this tonight. Oh, you all can't hear me? Because I can't see anything. It's like a screen that's stuck or something. That's all I see. Can you all hear me? Somebody said yes. Do you mean yes, you can hear me? Oh, it just froze. Oh, okay, cool. Well, that ain't cool, but yeah. So I'm telling you, it gets really weird with friends and family for those reasons. And really family. Because that aunt, she was just like very passive aggressive. She a hot mess anyway and got something to say about everything. But it got to the point where, lady, I don't need your money. You don't even pay full price. And you're not about to come in here and tell me what somebody else do and all that, and then try to complain and go tell the other family members the difference. And I ain't got time for all that. I don't need your money. And see, you got to be careful with that too, because see, then people will start saying stuff like, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't be what she is. Shoot, I try to help her, little stupid stuff like that. I rather have my come up off of strangers, because people, they quick to say that they made you a star. Please. Please. I'm currently in school and my teacher wants me to invest in dip powder. Do you have any suggestions on a good brand? Um, okay. So I do dip powder. I don't have any suggestions on powders because I use all brands. I just buy whatever color I like. Now I will say when it comes to the actual um cool, you can hear me. But I will say when it comes to the actual liquid part of it, the steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, I like Cosmo brand, which is an Asian brand. It's cheap and it works really good and I like it. It's not expensive. It's like $7, $8 per piece. So it's a very affordable brand and it works with all powders. All those powders are just acrylic powders, okay? What I will tell you for dip powder and working with it is that some of those glitters, you got to be careful with them. They can be funny acting. Some of them will chip up real quick on you, especially some of those chunkier glitters. When you are putting that dehydrator on them, which is like step 3 or whatever, the dehydrator, what they call it, the activator, sometimes that activator doesn't work well with a lot of dip powders, especially the chunkier the glitter. When the activator starts to work and cure those layers of resin, it will pull, I'm going to tell you what's happened chemically. It will pull those chunky glitters and make them very fragile and crumbly. So you'll find that if you put that across a person's nail or whatever nail you put that, let's say you did an accent finger, that person may call you fairly quickly and say that the tips of their nails are chipping. And that is because that activator on those type of dips, it was just too hard and brittle and it over dehydrated that acrylic, and acrylic doesn't, there's like half acrylic, half glitter, and when it dehydrated, it just caused separation. So as soon as that person tapped on something a little bit harder than normal, it caused it to chip. That is exactly what's happened chemically. Nobody told me that. I just been working with these chemicals for 30 years and I just know how they work. And I noticed that anytime people had a chip, it was on those nails with the glitter. Okay. I did just get some OPI dip today because I wanted some Samoan sand, a really neutral color to put on people who don't want color, but they just want something really nice and neutral for work or whatever. And my friend, she's been wearing dip for years before everybody else, and she always wears those type of colors. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go get some OPI dip. So I started out today with Samoan sand. OPI is expensive, but I know it's going to be good because their powders, I just trust OPI, period. So, yeah. So the name of the brand that I suggest, powders, it doesn't really matter to me, but your actual system, I would suggest Cosmos. Cosmos is decent. D&D has dip. D&D has dip, yep, and Cosmos is actually under D&D, I believe. It's a green, blue, orange, like those are the labels of the bottles. I want to say Cosmos is under D&D. I told you all, it doesn't really matter about, I'm a brand whore. I don't care about brands too much. I'm all about what works, and just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's the best. Okay. This thing is still frozen, y'all. I swear it's YouTube today. It's got to be YouTube because I've been on my laptop and now my phone is still acting up. So, let me pull this back up. I don't know why I got to keep pressing this. You still got to have y'all wine. Hold your glass up. What you mentioning chips, do you redo the nail at a cost? Nope, it depends. With repairs, okay, so repairs are funny. Repairs are funny. First of all, it depends on who it is. It really does for me. It depends on who it is and how long it's been and what the actual repair looks like. I'm an experienced nail tech, so I can look at certain things and tell if it was premature product breakdown or a client doing something. You're not going to tell me that this nail just broke and it is broke all the way at the middle of the nail up on the nail bed. You slammed it in something. I can look at something and tell when it's been slammed. Or I know certain people and their habits and everything, and I'm like, you have had this set on way too long, and the set starts to wear after so long. So it's like, if I'm telling you to replace the set and you won't replace, and you just keep getting fill-ins and they start breaking, then I'm going to charge you because you're not following my instruction, and you're trying to be, I don't know, cheap or whatever. I don't know what you're trying to do, but you're not following my instructions. So if you want to do it the hard way, we're going to do it the hard way. Then I'm going to start charging you. If a person had a dip, let's just say, and 3, 4 days, 5 days later, 3, 4, 5 days, they call me and say it's chip. I always ask to see a picture first, and I try to assess it. It's usually something with some glitter chipping up. Um, I'll be like, well, what do you want to do? I get really disappointed when I see that too, but it has happened because dip is still kind of newer technology, and I will tell you, not all colors blend with all everything. It just depends on what they put in there. They could have put a lot of pigment to get that color. They could have put a lot of glitter or shimmer, and some of these things that they're putting, these micas and pigments and glitters, some of those things have a little bit of an oil base to them. So it's so many variants, but I'll ask them what they want to do. I'll say, do you want me to repair those? Do you want me to remove it and give you a no chip or something else? If it's soon like that. It's very rare. Let me tell you this. So if a person comes out to me and it's like going on 2 weeks, and they send me this goofy picture talking about, I broke mine, it's shipping, and it's like 11, 12 days in, I'll be like, oh wow, I see that. I'm still using dip. This is gonna be my response. Oh wow, I see you're heavy duty with this with this dip powder. I don't even know if this is the thing for you. So when you come back in next time, we might have to look at some other options. Do you all see that? You see how I said that? I didn't repair shit because you already at a repair time, and I'm not offering to repair anything. Now, if they say I want to fix, I'm gonna be like, well, you can get a fill-in because it's really time for you to get a fill-in, and this lasts like, 10 days, 10 to 15 days, just depending on your wear and tear. I would say I just suggest that dip is not really good for you because, to be honest with you, dip is a hybrid between acrylic nails and gel nails, so it's not fully acrylic because it's the polymer mixed in with glue. So it's not as strong as get a full acrylic set, but it's not as weak or flexible as a gel set. And I tell people when they first sit in my chair, I ask them, have you ever had it before? Did I do like a little consult? And I tell them, dip works good for some, but for some people it does not. And that is the truth. And that has been my experience with it. Even when I worked downtown with all the other nail techs, we would have people coming in for dip and paying all that money, and then like 4 days later they're back in there like they're just chipping. It's not, I don't know, like for some reason dip is not a good fit for everyone. For some, I have clients that come in a month later and it's in perfect condition. I have other people, it's like it lasted 7 days and it started chipping. Same thing with no chip. So it's like one of those things. I don't know, I just think it's a little harder than no chip, but it depends on the person's lifestyle. Like if that person is constantly hitting their hands on a lot of hard things, depending on the pigment in the powder, it can break up really fast. Dip is funny acting, I'm not gonna lie. Then I have some people that was like, oh, it's a dream for them. Okay, so let me read these comments. Or your policy on redos. I don't have I just answered that, but I don't have a strict policy on redos. I don't get technical. I will fix a person's nail for free, depending if it was something right away. If it's one of my regulars who spend a lot of money with me and they had a break here or there, sometimes I'll fix it for free. Like it just depends. But if it's a person who I'm like, they're just being, I can just see. I got a lot of years experience, so I can just pick up on little things, and I know when a person's just being reckless, and you're not about to. No one is going to come sitting in my chair every other day having me fix their nails, because see, that's the person that might be trying to stretch services. I don't deal with that, and I haven't had to deal with that in many years. And if a person started doing that, what I'm going to do is tell them you need to cut your nails down. If a person starts calling me more than normal for repairs, I'm going to say, you know what, you got to cut your nails down, else you're going to be spending a lot of money in repairs. And that's exactly how I tell them in the nicest way I can, that I'm not going to keep repairing your nails. These are obviously too long for you. No, they're not. Yes, they are. You shouldn't be breaking them this often. My nails don't break. You're the only person come in this often. Now I will say that nobody comes in this office for repairs. When this happens, this means that a person's nails are too long for their current lifestyle. So I'm just telling you that this is gonna get expensive, and that's you see how I just said that this is gonna get expensive, meaning you're gonna be paying me. It's always a way to say what you need to say without saying what you need to say. I use gel top coat instead of the dip system. My client has a set on going on 7 weeks. Oh, excuse me. I can use either or. Um, I could use either or too. It is, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because if I do designs on dip, you have to top coat it with the gel. But I just find that I have people that stay on forever too. It's like it would have stayed on longer, but they just come in once a month or whatever, or 5 weeks, whatever. But you got other people it does not last. It just depends on what they do, I guess. It's weird. Um, oh yeah, I always have a comeback because that's what I mean. I'm gonna say it, but if you force me to say it directly, I'll tell you too. Like you all should know from watching me at this point. Like I will tell you, that's my comeback. Like, girl, you need to cut them down, honey, because it's obvious that these are too long for you, honey. Don't nobody come and helping like this except for you. This is telling me it's time to cut them down. I don't know what you out there doing, punching brick walls or what, but this is not normal. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. You're gonna be them paid for two fillings by this time. You need to cut them down. You gotta cut them down, honey. This shape or this length is not working for you right now. I don't know what you got going on, but it's not working. Like that. I don't really do free stuff, you guys. It's very rare. It depends on who the person is. Like if it depends. People who I end up giving free stuff to is really because I want to just say thank you. It's hardly ever because I feel like I owe them something free because I don't owe anyone anything free. You explained to us how important it is to figure out the audience you're trying to attract. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's another thing. Over the years, and I think I told you all that I had a rapper when I first moved back here. I was doing this local rapper here, and she was bringing me people, but she was bringing me the wrong kind of people. I'm like, no. She was bringing me little young girls, and those are the ones I was having problems with. They super damn late. They coming in smelling all like weed and all this, and just loud talking and wanting the world off all these pictures with a $40 budget, honey. I ain't the $40 spot. And I said, oh no, she is bringing a crowd, but not the crowd for me. She got to find another person to go to. I didn't understand. Oops. I didn't understand that until the other day. A job at a country club, and they were skeptical of hiring me because my portfolio was attracting a younger crowd. See, that's what I'm saying. Those things are important. A lot of people are out here hustling. You hear me? A lot of people are out here hustling, and nails is a career. We get our license from the same. Did you know that we get our license from the same place that the place when you go to the dentist, or you go to your doctor, or you go to your pharmacy? Did you know that license that they have on the wall comes from the same place that you get your license from? Did you know that? Did you think about that? I'm just saying, can anybody just answer that? Did you ever think about that? Because it's true. We all get our license from the State Board of Professional Regulation. Mortuaries, dental, pharmaceutical, medical, all of us, appraisal, all of us get our license from the same people. And so we're looking for jobs and we're doing this. We need to stop treating it like a hustle because it's not a hustle. You know? Like, would you want to fool with your dentist if he's like hustling, like, yeah, come in my kitchen, I'll clean your teeth. Let me boil these instruments on the pot after this corn is done. No, we got to treat this like a real business if we want other people to treat it like a business. Yeah, see, state boards here in California do it in the same building for everyone. Exactly. Wrap your mind around this and you will build your thought process around it differently. A lot of people talk about self-esteem, and a lot of us have low self-esteem in what we do. Illinois Department of Professional Regulation, that's ILDFPR. Yep, Illinois Department of Professional Regulation, that's here in Illinois. Yep. We all get our stuff from the same place. When you go on their website, it's a long list of things. You got to find nail technician in there because there's so many people that get their license the same way we do. So, yeah, let me go back and read the other comments. Country club, they were skeptical of, because your portfolio was high. Right. And I'm not trying to plug. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am gonna plug the book right now because this is what's being covered in the book. The things that people are not thinking about. You see, you have to think about where you want to go with your career, and does your brand reflect that? Yeah, or you just out here doing it willy nilly. Brands who are successful have a clear, distinct direction that they're going in and who they're trying to target. Because you cannot do everybody. You cannot. You can't. You can't. It's a certain way things are done. People who have brands, they do things a certain way on purpose because they're trying to appeal to a certain amount of people, a certain type of person. And so you got to really think about who you want. And so some of the questions you all ask me, I'll say stuff like, oh, I don't really run into that because guess what? I don't even target those type of people. And when I I just don't, and I set things up a certain way, so I don't, because they're not going to want to come to me. It's okay if they think I'm somebody auntie, because if you come in my house or you say something to me out of pocket, I'm going to treat you like my niece. You get what I'm saying? So stay away from me because I don't need your money. I'm going to get it regardless. And that's just how I feel. So a lot of things that people say they run into, I don't, because I don't target or attract those type of people. My clients are mostly nurses, teachers, entrepreneurs, actresses, like real professionals, moms who are taking care of housewives, stuff like that. That's my target. When I was younger, it was the younger girls. Now I'm older. I deal with women who are on the same maturity level as me. I got a few younger girls, but they younger, but they like are mature and respectful. And we kick it, but I'm on some grown woman type stuff. I don't have time for silly stuff. So yeah, we act silly and we turn up and we sip wine and everything, but we talk about real life stuff. I just choose not to. Plus, those girls have money sometimes and they don't. So it's up to you who you want to target. But for me at this point in my career, I don't really target that. Okay. Yep. So, okay, so Mona, let's go back to that. So you were at a job at a country club, right? And they were skeptical of hiring you because your portfolio was attracting a younger crowd. So you had to bring a portfolio of your work. And I could tell you this, if you come showing me a portfolio, let's say if I worked, and I still haven't told you all the story, something interesting happened to me today. Very interesting. If I worked at that country club and I'm the spa manager and you come in, I'm going to look at a few things and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know you, so I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying I'm just going to be honest with you and what I will look for in bringing in the right staff because you're a reflection of me and my judgment. So I'm going to be looking at you, first of all, to see how well groomed you are. Is your hair neat? Did you show up on time? Not only did you show up on time, you should have been there 10 minutes early. I'm going to ask the receptionist if you were there early. Okay? Once I see you, I'm going to look at you up and down and I'm going to see how groomed you are because if I'm placing you at a country club, you're going to be in front of affluent people with money and they are used to a certain environment. Okay? That's number 2. Number 3 is I'm going to take a look at your nails. I'm going to see if your nails are at least groomed. They don't need polish, but they need to at least be groomed, meaning shaped, no chipped up nails or anything like that. I'm going to take a look at that to part of your personal appearance. And then I will see how you speak. Do you know how to speak? Do you, even if you may be a little rough around the edges, whatever, I'm going to see if you know how to switch it up and put on your game spa face because that is a totally different tone of voice. That's a totally different posture. You must be smiling. You must be on point. And so I want to know if you can put on your game face with me. If you're not able to switch that on with me, I doubt you would do it with my clientele here. So they're already watching you. You get that? From the beginning. Now, once you hand me your portfolio and I start to speak with you, I'm going to look, and if you have a whole bunch of pictures with designs, that's an X. Because if you're going to a country club, I can tell you right now, they don't want designs. They don't get designs. All they want to know is that you're fast, you're clean, and that you can polish a perfect red polish or do a really good French. That's all they want to know. They don't care anything about your designs at all. So if you showed them a portfolio full of acrylic nails with designs, you already put the person on red alert about you. And I don't know how you went up in there, but I'm just telling you. And so then if you said that, I would start, if you showed me a portfolio with design work with all this long acrylic and all this, oh gosh, she doesn't get it. That's what I would be thinking. She doesn't get it. She's gonna have a rough time uh mixing into this environment. It's gonna be a shock for her. That's what I would be thinking. That's probably what that person might have been thinking, to be honest with you. No offense. This is just real talk. These are the things we need to talk about. You know, if it's a position where you looked at their menu and you saw that they do acrylics, what you need to do is you need to have a portfolio with pictures or things, or even if it's electronic, because you can do an electronic portfolio, you need to turn on and off certain pictures. So you need to do acrylic work that's very thin. That's another thing. In spas, they do not want to see the same type of acrylic. There's a certain type of acrylic that they want to see in a spa. Spa acrylic is thin, very natural looking, okay? Very thin, very natural looking, and you need to polish some nails. I will have two sets. I will have one that's a little bit longer, but not long. For them, medium would be long, and a nice soft square that's polished, maybe red or a nude. So I will show one set that's one shape and short, nude, another set that's a little bit longer, shape red. That's all. And then maybe a third set showing French. That's all they need to see. That you know how to shape some nails, you know how to not build up the acrylic, because a lot of wealthy women always want to look natural. Okay? So it's a totally different ball game going and working in country clubs, high-end hotels, and spas. It's a totally different ball game. That's just like in makeup. I was teaching a little girl, not a little girl, a young lady yesterday, who's an aspiring makeup artist. She was just staring at me like, tell me more. I'm like, all of these girls are learning makeup off of YouTube, and what you all don't realize is that it's like 6 different types of makeup, and if you go on set doing this damn love and hip hop makeup, you are gonna get called the hell out. You have bridal makeup, you have runway, you have editorial, you have wedding, you have natural like product photography, you have TV, you have theater. Those are all different types of makeup with different types of looks, different layers, and it's a lot to it. Same thing goes with nails. There are different types of nails for different environments. So that's important to know too. And you know, actually I'm gonna, now that you all are mentioning that, I'm gonna put that in the book. Let me write it down right now. I'm gonna put that in the book. I'm writing it down. I'm writing down, guys. Hold on one second. Does that make sense what I'm saying though? I was just being honest with you. I don't know what exactly happened, but I could tell you pretty much, you know, what that person, why they were thinking that. What was in your portfolio? What, honestly, what was in your portfolio? What type of nails did you really have in there? I'm reading comments. How to deal with lifting when a client works in water all day. First of all, a person who works in water all day, of course, they're at high risk. But mm, I hope they're getting gel to kind of seal it. A few things you can try to do is you could prime their nails. Like, I don't know how fast you work, but you could try to prime their nails 2 at a time. Try to prime their nails 2 at a time while you're laying the acrylic. If you're really slow, prime it 1 at a time. Make sure you're cleaning that nail bed and then priming it 1 at a time and laying that acrylic directly down there. When you are hitting it with the drill, make sure that you are getting not getting the acrylic on the skin at all. And if you do, make sure you're pushing it away at 1/16 of an inch. And then when you are hitting it with the drill, use a safety bit and make sure you're getting around that drill again to seal it, because when you're sealing it, you're kind of you're, what's the word, kind of soldering that dried acrylic down flat. So when you go in and you lay your final layer of gel, that gel, because gel keeps moving until you put it under the light. So when we put that top coat on there, you kind of want it to, you won't see this happening, but the gel is always moving. So you want to put it up, butt it up to the cuticle, and some of it floats down right there. I can't explain it. I wish I had a diagram. right there a little bit, not even to the human eye you can see it, but you want it to be so flush that it kind of seals it around the edge. And then also you want to do the same thing with your gel polish or your color. You want to make sure that that's sealing it around too, because that is not um, porous. So and if that person is always in water all day and doing whatever, sometimes it's okay to tell clients that their nails are too long. I keep telling people, y'all let people run y'all business. You are the professional, and you is a troubleshooter. Sometimes the problem is the client. Like your nails are too long for your lifestyle. Your nails are too long for what you do. If you want to wear nails, you're gonna have to come down, honey, because you are clanking them and hitting them, and they're lifting. It's just too much pressure for what you do every day. And I tell people all the time, nails are just nails. They're not indestructible. I'm not gonna act like nails are God, nails are king. Nails are just nails. Shit. Like if you over here punching bricks and you a bricklayer for a living, don't expect these nails to last all day no matter what I do. They just nails. It's just plastic. So, hey. And then your natural nail is porous, so it's sucking up water if you're in water all day. So of course it's gonna release. You're gonna have to wear gloves. Like you can try to, tell them try to prime it one by one. If that's not working, try to tell them to cut them down a little bit to see if they're just too hard and clinking them. If not, tell them they need to wear gloves. And then at that point, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I'm reading. They need to wear gloves. Water is corrosive. Yep. Do you know? Look up. I want whoever asked me that question. Go Google what is in water. Right? It can be corrosive. Hold on. There are like minerals and stuff in there. I'm reading. Yeah, that experience woke me up a lot about doing nails. Yeah, it's different. It's different levels to everything. I tell people in makeup, these girls are like, "Oh, she the best makeup artist out here." I'm like, "Yeah, she know how to do that makeup." And everybody, if I go look at that person's profile, everybody makeup look exactly the same because that's what she learned on YouTube. That's not considered a real makeup artist in the real world. If they went on set and said, and the set director or the person in charge of the director of the fashion show said, "Give me a traditional runway on everyone," she wouldn't even know what the hell they were talking about. So even with nails, it's like the same thing. Um, it's different levels to nails. You got to know your environment and who you targeting because it's all different. I think I told that story when I moved to Atlanta, and I went to makeup school. I graduated, and I thought I was ready, honey. And I went and worked in this little beauty supply store, and I was grabbing people out the food court. And this girl came to me, and I did her brows, and she was like, she said, it's nice, but I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but I'm just like, it's not right. I'm like, what? She's like, I'm just saying, like, if the brows are shaped good and everything like that, but it's not like, it's not like what I wanted. And I was like, wow. So I'm so sorry. You don't even have to pay me. She was like, no, 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 no. You did a good job on shape. She was like, but just go down the hall and go look at such, such, such. And I did. It was this girl named Shalon in Greenbrier Mall. And I went and stood, and she had a line of people sitting out there in the mall. She had a whole darn clipboard and a waiting list. It was like 60 people. I'm not exaggerating. This girl worked so much. She was making like thousands and thousands and thousands a week. I'm not kidding you. I know because once I learned it, I started making good money too. But I started watching her with that highlighted concealed brow, and I thought that was ridiculous. But at the time, that's when Love and Hip Hop first came out. So that's what all the girls wanted. And so once I mastered that in like a week or so, I started practicing. I was ready to get that, honey. But it's different types of layers to everything because I wanted that money from that crowd, and that's what that crowd wanted. So country club, totally different. Totally different from neighborhood salon. Even in nails, it's a difference, honey. They will go complain about you. One set that this person loved, they will go complain like, they're thick, they're so chunky, and could someone take these off for me? I just can't wear these. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She's such a sweet girl. She's a really sweet girl and everything, but I just, it's just not what I was expecting. So I don't want to hurt her feelings or anything. Like, here's a tip for her. She was a really sweet girl, like I said, but do you have anyone else who could take this off for me? Yeah. I don't want her to see me doing this. I don't want her, her spirits to be broken or anything. I just can't. That's what will happen in a country club if you go in there putting on thick acrylic, like what, you know, some of your regular clients might wear. Oh, yes, girls, yes. They always want nude, translucent red or some type of burgundy in the upper salons. Yep. And if they're getting really fancy, it's going to be a French. That's it. And I think this is the perfect segue into what happened to me today. So today I went to the nail supply store. Funny thing, they are finally warming back up to me now that they realize who I am. Because I've only been back like 2.5 years, right? So now they no longer ask me for my phone number or anything really. And now they're starting to give me free stuff. Like literally throwing free stuff in my bag. So that's interesting. But the funniest thing happened. I was talking to the guy and I asked him for a cigarette because, I don't know if you all notice, a lot of Asians smoke a lot of cigarettes. They don't really sit down and eat during the day. They smoke during the day. So every time I leave the nail salon, I smoke a cigarette because I'm so nervous from spending too much money. And so he's like, I know what you want. I'm like, you already know what I want. And he gave me this cigarette. No, he called somebody over to give me one. And I was like, bye, see you later. He's like, all right, see ya. Like that. And I'm walking out the door. And this lady comes behind me. And she's like, excuse me. I'm like, hi. She's like, hi, excuse me. I'm sorry, I don't want to be a weirdo or anything, but I just felt like I should stop you or because I really want to ask you a question or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, hey, what's up? And she's like, yeah, I just want to get your opinion on something because you seem like you would know. Now that is so weird that this woman thought, this just happened today. This is so weird this woman thought I would know this. But guess what, you guys? It's a small world because she said, oh my God, I need some advice. I work for Mario Tricoci, and I am not happy there because I am an artist and they are like draining the life out of me, and all I do is polish these people's nails, and I am an artist, and they just going on and on, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny because I used to work for them. And it's funny that something told you to pull me over because I used to work for Oakbrook. She's like, oh well, I work at blah blah blah. I'm not going to say that much, but and we got to talking. I'm like, yeah, I said I wrote a whole paper about them in college about how they treat artists like corporate employees. And when you're an artist, you don't really want to work in that environment. The money is only good so far. She's like, yeah, and I feel like I'm dying inside. She's like, do you work from home? I'm like, I sure do. And I told her about me, and I told her about the book, and I told her about the YouTube channel. I'm like, I think you'd be the perfect person to kind of come in and see what we talk about. We vibe, we chill. And she was like, oh, I'm definitely going to check it out. Da, da, da. She's like, because I have to do something. I am literally dying up in there. They don't let you do anything. No one wants any designs. It's the same colors over and over and over. She's like, and I just feel like I'm literally wasting away basically up in there. And so I tell people, it's like a catch-22 up in those spas and corporate salons, honey. You can go up in there, they will really get your speed up because they don't play. Everything is going to be very strict. You get written up, all that type of stuff. But the tips can be really, really good. Like you can easily walk out with 100, 150 in tips a day. Especially in the summer, you could walk out with like close to 200 in tips a day. Easy. Just tips, not even including your commission. But it's very strict, and you're going to do the same thing over and over. She's like, I feel like I'm working in a factory. I said, that's exactly what I said. I said, it's like you're a robot because it's like a blur of people in and out, in and out. It's like the same thing. It has no life or pizzazz to it at all. All the colors are basically the same. Reds to pinks to nudes or sheers. All they want is very neat work. Neat, 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 neat. Yep, like Tommy said, nude, translucent, red, or some type of burgundy. That's it. So what happens in a spa or a corporate salon, you become a professional polisher. That's all you're going to learn in a corporate spa. You're going to learn how to get really fast because you have no choice but to, because everything's computerized and on a schedule. You will be written up. If you start making people wait and they complain, you will be written up or possibly fired if it keeps happening. And I'm not kidding about that. And then you will learn how to be really fast, and you will learn how to polish the hell out of some nails. Because one thing I will tell you is that a person who does acrylic nails, and that's all they do, you will have a shock to your system if you switch over from doing just acrylic work and you go work in a spa. Because in a spa, even though they offer, and this is true, I don't care what anybody says, this is true. Even if they offer acrylic, you're gonna mostly be doing natural nails. And usually for acrylic, they only let certain people who are they have vetted and that they trust touch those acrylic nails. You're not gonna come right in the door doing acrylic even if they offer it, because it's gonna be a select group of people and they're gonna let their trusted people touch those acrylics until you gain their trust. I promise you. So you're gonna be doing natural nails. If all you do is acrylic all day, you're going to be shocked to know that there's a difference. Am I lying? Anybody in this room could tell me if I'm wrong. There's a difference in polishing acrylic nails and natural nails. Okay, there's a more precise effort in polishing natural nails. You got to have a really steady hand, a really steady, quick hand. So when I first started working in spas back in the day, I had never worked in one. I just graduated out of school, got my first corporate job and all that. Oh my God, I was doing a pedicure at this place. I remember one time, and the lady picked the red, just nothing fancy. I'm like, oh, this is just a pedicure. I could whip it out. I went through the pedicure, you know, whatever. Got to the polish. Girl, I had polish all over that lady's fingers, and she was Caucasian, well, all over her toes. She was Caucasian, so that red polish, and this is the thing, was staining the crap out her skin. See, black people, our skin is not gonna stain as much if you get some red polish on there. But a Caucasian person or something like, not even Indian. Indian won't even stain as fast either. But you go Caucasian or Asian or even like some Arabic people, whatever, lighter pigmented skin people, that polish will stain. And now their whole pedicure looks jacked up because even if you wipe it off, it still instantly stains in their skin. It just doesn't look as crisp. And spa services are all about crispness. If you could do it flawlessly without even touching the skin with anything, not even a bristle. And if you do it, you got to have your cleanup brush right there to get it right off before it stains, because red has a lot of pigment in it and dye in it. It stains easily. So working in a spa is a whole different ball game. It has nothing to do with your design skills. It has something to do with perfection. Perfection in polish and work and technique and customer service. I just said a lot. Oh my God. Anybody got something they want to say? That said, yes, with acrylic, your application needs to be good so that the polish lays smooth. Most new nail techs still need to learn good application. Yeah, that's been my problem since the beginning. You guys come up with a couple of more questions. Let me run to over here real quick. So, wait, what did she just say again? What did she say? She said, yeah, that's what annoys me about YouTube. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a great platform, but YouTube has changed so much for the better and for the worse, because there are too many people coming on here learning stuff out of order. And it pisses me off because too many people, I always say this, are too concerned with designs and can't even lay a decent nail. Learn how to lay nails. Nails going to last you much longer than designs. Designs, you know what I'm going to say, they come in and out of style. They do. They really do. If you can lay some good acrylic and polish a perfect red polish, I say both of those because you always have a job. You always have clientele. You'll always be able to go work in a spa. So, that is true. Laying that acrylic and learning how to polish a perfect red nail and learn how to do a French. Even though French is out of style in the more wealthier places, there are a lot of women who still get French. You got a lot of wealthy, seriously like wealthy, like, oh, my husband is VP at Microsoft, those women who don't even, They have assistants and dogs and stuff that they carry in their purses all day. They don't even work. They're just on charity committees and stuff like that. Those women still wear French, okay? And those women will give you a $20 tip on a $20 manicure. Give you 40 bucks. And come in every Wednesday at 9 o'clock on the dot because they have nothing else to do. It's just part of how they live, honey. Yas. Get into it. So, understand, this is a business and it's serious if you want it to be, but you got to understand what you're in. What else? A lot of people worry about polishing. I'm going to speak to polishing nails. Polishing is about rocking the polish. When I'm polishing, if you look back at the other video when I had my client up there, it might look like I was shaking. And I always tell a new person, I say, I'm not shaking, I'm rocking. And I'm rocking the polish because what I'm doing is I'm pressing the bristles up and down. I'm pressing them up and down slightly, ever so slightly, to move the bristles, to move the pigment into the corners. That's how, when I polish a person's nails, you don't see any, you know, really missing spots. And then some of my people are like, well, how do you get that polish so perfect around the cuticle? Because I go about a 16th of the way up, and then I'm going to put a very ever so slight pressure on that brush to push it down. Because if you lay your acrylic correctly, it should be on a little hill, on a little incline pointing towards the cuticle. And if you do the same thing with your brush, you're going to push a little bit of that color. You got to have a good eye and then just pull it on down from there. It's ever so slight how it's done, but that's something that you learn over time. I would have to show. It's so crazy. It's like I would need a projector to show what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm describing it really well, but same thing with acrylic. Acrylic, you got to learn your system. Acrylic is acrylic, but all systems behave differently. So when I get a new set or a new system, or if the temperature changes, it takes me about a day or so to get used to that, because there are a lot of different variants that kind of switch up the way your acrylic behaves. Okay, what did it say? Yes, I just learned that polish stains their skin. When I was removing the polish, exactly, and it will not look as fresh. I swear, even if you try to clean it up with you can try to clean it up with acetone, but if it's a lot of polish that you made run everywhere, you're not going to be able to get it all. Now it doesn't look as crisp. And it's a difference. Like, I just can't explain. Like, in a spa, you got to get a polish technique that is out of this world where you never, the key to polishing really, really good is controlling your brush and never having to really clean up. If you do clean up, it's just a dot. And once you get to that point, you know you've made it in the polish in the spa world. And that's true. Very much a difference in polishing acrylic versus natural. Yep. I worked at a spa. Polish has to go on thinner. Yep. Capping at the end has to be done with more finesse. Yep. And polish staining is a nightmare. Exactly. It is a nightmare. It's not going to just wipe right off. Especially if you have a Caucasian client, it's going to stain, honey. And if it's a red, don't let it be a blue red. Don't let it be like Wicked from Essie. Oh my God, that is like the darkest red ever, and it's like blood. I think it's blood in the bottle. It will stain the person's skin. So it's not going to clean all the way up. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to at some point be like, okay, and you're done. You're just going to have to. You got to move on to the next person. You will want to get better because that staining is a nightmare. Now your whole job looks like, because they're paying a lot of money usually for those, you know, in the spa, more money. So it's like you're almost like, dang, I did good all the way up to this point. Now their pedicure looks like they might have polished their own nails. How much do you charge for the overlay? How do you charge for the overlay? Same as regular sets, full set, or less? Foundation is everything. Yes, Deborah Mack. Deborah Mack, who finally waited forever to subscribe to me. Thank you for finally subscribing. Dang, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like doing overlays. I mean, like, that's so weird. Why not? I just don't. I rarely get them, and I just charge maybe a little bit less for an overlay. It depends on the person's length of nails. If they got long nails, I got a client. I actually do have a client right now. No, back in the day, do you remember Deborah Mack, that video where I was giving you advice and stuff about opening a salon? He was like, oh, I'll have to subscribe. And I was like, Deborah Mack, I'm giving you all this advice and you didn't even subscribe. You don't remember that? I remember your name because of that. But anyway, back to the overlay. Um, I got a client right now who has an overlay over her real nails. I keep forgetting because she comes like every 6 weeks. She will wait a long time. And I did not, it's not my favorite thing to do. I just don't like overlays. That's just me. Everybody got their thing. Overlays, um, I feel like overlays is a service that you need to be getting done way more often. I tell people like I'll overlay it, but a tip is a plastic tip, okay? And so you laying plastic on top of plastic. And it's gonna last longer. But when you are doing overlays, you laying acrylic on top of a person's natural nails, and so it like wants to separate and move away really quickly, much faster than it would with the tip. And I just find that overlays, to me, and maybe I just didn't learn everything I need to know about them because it's not my favorite thing to do. They are just more high maintenance. I'd rather even if I got to put a tip on there and cut it down. It's something about bonding the plastic to the plastic tip to the acrylic, which is plastic on plastic. It kind of encases everything, and it's going to keep the shape longer and everything. That's just my experience in overlays. It's not my favorite. I really try to talk people out of overlays. I'm like, let me just put a little bit of a tip on here, even if it's like right above your own nail. It's just gonna hold the shape better. It's gonna be less prone to lifting and separating on the sides. I just like to put some plastic on some plastic. I don't know. It's not my favorite. Like I said, you guys, I'm not perfect. I'm just being honest. Um, Another thing about Spot, if they offer acrylic services, it's low or no odor, which will set differently. Yep. Typically, it takes longer if you're not accustomed to it. Yep. OPIs is low, no odor, and it takes forever. And it turns gummy for tacky for a minute, and then it's like, oh my god, I could have been done already. Tricoci, they used to do full sets. They started $80. um, and they would ask me because I became a dual technician, but I still didn't want to deal with it because yeah, $80. It was like I was getting my 40 something plus tip. I could have made $60 off a set there easily, but I don't know. The acrylic clients in a spa are very meticulous. My trainer did Mrs. Tricoci, like the actual wife of Mario Tricoci, in our training. And man, she worked on her nails for like 2 hours to lay that plain ass set on her. But guess what? When she was done, it's a whole nother ball game to nails. Because when she was done with her set, it looked like those nails were really growing out of her fingers. But it took her 2 hours to do this plain, medium, short set on her. But you could not tell it was acrylic or anything. But they were flawless. But it took a long time to do. And those are actually the same type of nails that we would call competition nails. Because here's another thing. If you ever tried to go into a nail competition, that's a whole different style of doing nails. The nails we do every day, you wouldn't even place. You wouldn't even place in the competition doing that, because not to say it's bad, it's just competition nails. That's another category of doing it. And so when she did Mrs. Tricoci nails, it was like she put some competition nails on her. It's a whole beast to this nail game. People don't understand. That's why I get upset when people don't want to respect it, because shoot, it's a lot of money, and you could travel, and there's so much to this. I hope you guys are subscribed to Nails Magazine and see what's going on in the world of nails. Shoot. Yes, red polish is the devil. Always remove downwards. The free edge never up close. Free edge never up to the cuticle. Yeah, red. That's the thing. And when you start cleaning up red, you can start making it even messier. You trying to clean it up and you staining it and moving it around. Yes, red can be a mess. You got to master perfect red polish. Senior moments. Oh, Miss Deborah Mack, you funny. Girl, you so right, because that's what the salon push. Polish to never need correction. That's right. Honey, I know. I told y'all I've been in every scenario. When I say that, I know I sound like an old lady, but then I'm starting to prove it to you all about what I'm saying, right? I'm proving it to you all through my words, through my experiences, that I've been through everything, and I got some type of advice or insight to tell you where I messed up. And the spa, honey, is something totally different. And like I said, that girl came up to me today. Like, I feel like I should ask you a question. I'm like, me? Little old me? And she was like, this place is killing me. I feel like a machine. And I want to work out of my house. And so I was telling her, I'm like, well, she's like, I don't have all the stuff. I'm like, well, I'm going to be supplying all the stuff online. You put it on, a payment plan and get it. She's like, oh my God, really? So I don't know if she's logged in here and she just hasn't said anything. But yeah, I told her about it. So I'm like, yeah, a lot of people need to work out. If you have space in your home, work out your house. But you just got to know how to bring the business in. I was telling her I have full books. I have this many people in my books. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, and it grows all the time. I mean, you lose some, you gain some disappear. But my books overall of people that come, some may come on and off. But yes, like 300. It could be anywhere from like 198 to something active. But a book of 300 people. How do you do that? You got to get into it, honey. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You either in all the way or you're not. So I don't know if she's here. But yeah, that's true. Salon and spa polish, like corporate type setup where you're getting a paycheck for doing it, totally different ball game. But don't let that stop you guys. Just be ready. I just want to have your mind wrapped around it because you'll be overwhelmed and be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. You can do it. Shoot, nobody told me and I made it. I'm telling you in advance so you're prepared. I don't have red polish. Deborah Mack, you had to laugh at your darn self on that one. I didn't even say anything. You said I don't have red polish. Laughing out loud. Go buy these colors. Go to the store, or you can order it on Amazon. Order Wicked by Essie. So Wicked, Wicked. That's a deep, bloody, dark red. Hope you're writing it down. Wicked, or you can replay this. I also want you to order a Blues for Red. I think that's OPI. Two good reds to practice with. Or you can order The Thrill of Brazil by OPI. Oh, okay. No, you better use that red. Let them try me at the shop. I got Miss T spitting game to me. Girl, I told you. Yes, that's right. We got to change our mind about the way we're looking at this, you guys. I'm telling you. Like, the nail game can afford you a better lifestyle than most if you're serious about it. So, it's been 72 minutes and 7 videos later. Oh my God. And I actually put some makeup on. And this video acted up so that I could really find the founder of YouTube and just have a whole argument with him. But are there any other questions? Good one. Why do some techs say they don't want to work over other people's work? It's one of two things. Number one, the tech is not experienced enough to really transform anyone else's work to a point where they would be proud of it. Or number two, they don't want to be responsible for nails that are going to act up after they walk out the door because they didn't lay the original foundation. I work over other people's work. Remember, or maybe you should go back and look at this video I got. It's called Get Rich or Die Trying. And I tell you, I'm like 50 Cent. And also, if you watch the movie, I didn't say this in that video, and I wish I had. Also, if you watch the movie Notorious, with the story of B.I.G., they both said the reason why they climbed to the top was because they would do things that other people wouldn't do. Now, I don't agree with what they did, of course, selling drugs, but I'm just saying they were the person who's going to climb to the top is going to always do what others won't do. That's where the money is. It may be little coins, but you're going to get to the top because that money is going to always be available because most people don't want to get it. So I will go get it. Everybody don't have money to soak off and start from the beginning. They just got this set put on last month or 2 weeks ago, but then their best friend came and they found you. And then their best friend is telling them about you. They can't afford this, but they can afford to go get a fill-in. They want to try you. You're going to turn them away because you don't want to work over the other person's work. I don't have a problem with it. Usually, for the most part, what you do is that's in that video. Get rich or die trying. My whole philosophy behind that. That is a selling opportunity where you're not necessarily selling them on, but you kind of use the opportunity to point out things that need to be fixed and tell them how you're correcting it, and then let them watch the transformation on their hands. The girl who was on the video with me the other day, remember I said I'm gonna tell you something, but before I tell you, I'm gonna snatch your phone and hold it so you don't run out the door. And I said, I looked at her and I was like, honey, when you first came to me, your nails were not right. She was like, I know, I know. That's because I worked on top of somebody else's work. And you see, did you all notice this too? She said April made a year. I didn't even know if we had passed a year. When you build a relationship with people, they remember stuff and know stuff that they pay attention to stuff that you don't even pay attention to. Did you all notice what all she was saying? I was surprised at some of the stuff she said. She said April made a year for us. So I didn't even know how long she had been coming to me. But she was like, we just passed our anniversary. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. But I would have lost her and never had her as a client if I said, oh, you need to soak out. You know, maybe she would have did it, but maybe not. Because like she was saying, difficult people, you will be pushing people away being too difficult. I don't shy away from working over other people's work. What I do is I consult with them. Like, girl, okay, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to bridge this on the side here. I got to pull all this up. I'll do it, and I'll tell them, like, you know what? We need to start thinking about soaking out. You know, when you have a chance. But you just book that when you get ready. But it's something that you might want to start looking into. But don't worry, I'm gonna pull this together today. I'm gonna go ahead and bridge the sides here. We need to pull this up. You see, all this is loose here. I don't know what type of acrylic they've used, but don't worry, I'll pull it together. It's going to look a little different because I custom blend my own pink powders. And what's going to happen with me is they're going to be like, oh my God, yours is so pretty, that pink. You do that yourself? Yeah, I blend all my powders. I said, you know, so you would have this fully and you could just wear without polish. But this is very strong and durable. And it's going to really strengthen up this, you know, so it'll be good. And they'll be like, oh my God, the way you shape them. Oh my God, I just love it. Oh, they even feel better. They feel stronger. I mean, you know, I just went in and patched up all the sides and everything. So, but I am telling you, we want to start thinking, see how you just got to use little key words. Those are responsive words. Those are words to get the person's mind thinking and bonding with you. This is a team effort. We got to start thinking about soaking them out when you have a chance. Okay. Thank you. You did such a good job. Thank you. So, yeah. You said you got Thriller Brazil, but it's been sitting. Girl, Thriller Brazil is a cute color. That is a blue base red. That is gorgeous. I love the Thriller Brazil. Now, Tommy also said, oh, Marisha just got in here. I agree. Don't let spy work discourage you. It pushed me and made my skills better. Marisha, start typing what happened with your teacher, please, while I'm reading. Please start typing. You said you want to tell me. Go ahead and tell me, girl. Go ahead. Wake up. Do it. You late. Yes. 7 videos in. You finally coming in. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Where was I? Don't forget I'm doing this off my cell phone because YouTube has been acting up and it wasn't working on my laptop. You all didn't even get the first notifications. What did somebody say? Don't let spa work discourage you. It pushed me and made my skills better. Yep. A spa will make you definitely get fast, and it will teach you how to polish the heck out some nails because you're on a tight schedule and they expect perfection, and you will get there. Don't give up. You'll do it. Other girls will start to give you tips and pointers, and you'll get there. And yeah, I'm waiting for Marisha to tell me what happened. She was like, wait till I tell you something with my teacher. And I'm here, and I'm now waiting on you. You better tell me. And then also I said in my other video, Get Rich or Die Trying. Please watch that video. Working over other people's work makes you a stronger nail tech because it challenges you to troubleshoot nails and learn how to fix and patch things. You're not going to always be, and see, like I said, a lot of these nail techs need to get they need to calm down and humble themselves, to be honest with you. That's what I'm going to say. Some of these nail techs need to be humbled, because you could be hot today and 3 years down the line, what you're doing is not hot no more, baby. So do you really know how to get down to the basics of things? If you know how to work over other people's work really well, and you know how to bridge it and fix it, you'll never be out of a job. That's another thing. You'll never be out of a job. You'll never be out of style. Because these nail techs, they feel like sometimes because what they're doing is hot, that might not even be the trend, 10 years later. 10 years later, everything can go minimalist, like minimal, 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 minimal. And then all that design stuff, people be like, oh, that's so, ugh. And then if you can't lay a good, solid nail, you just never know. Like with fashion and stuff, it goes in weird directions. Like things we wearing now, things the younger kids are wearing now. We used to laugh at that at my age. So it all switches up. You never know how it's going to switch. If you want to be a nail tech for life, like years and years and years and decades like me, you got to be like really good at the base of things. Everybody want to learn designs. That really bothers my spirit, that people don't want to learn their craft. They just want to learn how to design. This is a craft. So I definitely agree. All this makes sense. You don't see it right away, but it all makes sense in the future. I can go at any time and make money. I got two clients right now who have people who want me to come work at their spa. I can easily go online at any time and work a job. I got people in my inbox right now on Instagram asking me if I want to work at their place. I can easily go rent a third storefront right now and open up a spot. And I can easily bring people to my house. Also, Groupon has reached out to me again this week. Some type of way, they got my phone number. They text me like, are you the owner of Chicago Nails and Makeup? I'm like, I am. Then I get an email yesterday saying, we want to talk to you about a deal. So opportunity comes my way, so many different ways to make money. I never have to worry, and I could go either way because my skills are where they need to be on any level, and I can go make money. And I don't have to do designs, okay? Designs, I could take or leave designs. I promise you. It don't even enthuse me no more. They're cute, but it's like, where's the most money? That's what I look at. Yeah, please tell. Marisha, you was saying you got to tell me something, Marisha. You here now, tell me. I remember you also talked about how she didn't open up right away. She got tickets that almost, wait, hold on. What is this? I remember you also talked about how she didn't open up right away and she got a ticket that almost broke your professional relationship. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. She didn't get a ticket. Her car was towed. A $225 tow. So it wasn't just a ticket. Her car was no longer outside my house when she went outside. And it was my fault. It wasn't really my fault, but it was my fault because I didn't read the parking passes that my complex gave to me. They gave me some temporary passes instead of replacement passes. Mm-hmm. And I didn't pay attention. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have the cash to give her because I had just wrote the check for rent. It was just a very bad situation. Oh, Marisha, you said the comment is too long. It won't let you post it. You said you posted it, but you can't see it because it was too long. Oh. But if you inbox it to me, then I don't have to come off alive to see it. Well, maybe that'll be a topic another day. Or you can kind of, what's the word? You can kind of outline it to me right now. I don't know. Does anyone else have any questions? I'm eating mango and drinking wine, holy wine. Are there any other questions? We're at an hour, 23 minutes. Wow. 7 videos later. So really, okay. It can be a live discussion once I read it. So I guess the point today is, friends and family, you guys Be careful with that, because even if you have somebody who is doing something for you, you know how people can be. The moment you piss them off too, they'll throw that in your face like, I've been supporting you all this time. like they just came and put money in the envelope and handed it to you. They don't even talk about what they got for the money they gave you. I just rather do it with strangers. Strangers is business. Friends and family can be iffy. Not at the moment, but I just want to tell you thank you for all of your information. Oh, no problem. Yes. Yes. I was really thrown off today because of the YouTube glitching up on live, I guess. And then me doing it on my phone, like, this just threw me off. Because this is like, I had to redo this like 6-7 times for you all to even come in. So I just feel a little bit off. I don't know why I feel off in my discussion today. I'm not my high energy self like I normally am. Plus, I'm really sleepy too. Yeah, her car was towed. You thought she had a ticket? No, when she left out, her car was gone. I had to put her and her daughter in my car and drive them to the tow yard. And then her wife came up there, and I'm like, oh my God, they're going to snap out on me, because they had to take her daughter to her birthday dinner, and they were already running late. And so to be leaving out my house running late and then go outside and your car towed. Yeah. So then we had to go to the tow yard. It's a little process. You gotta wait for them to pull your car, do the paperwork, you gotta pay. And then you gotta wait for them to pull your car up and all that. So they were running super late. Mm-hmm. And I will say this, not everyone agrees with everything I say. And I'm not saying that everything I say is right. I'm just telling you what I've been through and my rationale and why I feel the way I do. I always say I'm not perfect, and I tell you all the mistakes I make and some things that people may not agree with, but it always comes back to be true. Like I tell you, don't chase up behind people, and don't be calling people like, why haven't you been here? No, don't do all that. Shit, work on getting new people, whatever. Because most of them gonna try to come back to you. And I got a client right now. I could tell, an old client. I could tell so bad she want to come back to me. She just stopped coming. I never asked her why or anything, but she be all on my Facebook liking all my stuff. Cause you know what? And then she had posted like a while ago some nails that she went and had done, looking like something else. And I like the picture, whatever. But I see her nails ain't done now. See, she tried to go out in the world and find herself someplace else to go. Because the grass always green on the other side, probably trying to save $5 or something. But see, now I think she's too embarrassed, because she know that I know that she done went off to somebody else. And now she don't want to come back. But what she is doing is liking all of my pictures. And I just be like, thank you. I refuse to ask her, why haven't you been in my chair? Where have you been? I don't care. I just keep posting more of my work and showing. I even take screenshots of my books. Like, look, book life, #book life, #life of a nail tech, #living life on my terms, #living my best life, #wish you could do it too, #see you soon, #check me out, #share this post. Mm-hmm. She want to come back in my chest so bad. I already know. I mean, if you can find an open spot, you're welcome. But I will never come to her. Bye. You can come or you not come. Life goes on. I keep telling you all. I got $20 to run a new ad. I'll get somebody else. There's too many people here in Chicago. Shit. Thank you. Oh, yeah. You see, I don't even push for that type of stuff. See, I just sold you guys, because guess what? This is a lesson in being a salesperson, because have I once pushed you all to hit the like button? No, I inspire you all, and then you guys are telling everybody else to hit the like button. I'm not saying that to say I tricked you. I'm just saying that it works. A good salesperson, or a good person who, entrepreneur, you never have to tell a person to spend money with you or anything. You just inspire them to do so by providing them good content. They will naturally want to spend money with you. They will naturally give you money because you just show them the value. They will come to you and say, how much is it? Because all you do is keep showing them the value and how it can help them. People are willing to pay for things that provide value to them. Okay? That's why men spend money on strippers. You're like, what the hell is she talking about? Yep, because men do not, they at home with these wives that's frumpy and dumpy, boring, and don't pay them any attention. All they do is scream at them, take their money. They don't get sexy for them or anything. So they will go to the strip club and they will pay that girl all their paycheck, if she gonna sit on his lap and pretend like she into him and live in this fantasy while he drunk for a couple of hours, he sure the hell will. He's not dumb. He know that that girl is he's her trick for the moment, but because he's not getting anywhere else, he finds value in this stripper, and it's something that he's lacking in his life, so he pays the money. I'm telling you all, if you understand certain principles in life, you can put it to anything. I know you like, oh my gosh, she drinking wine. She started talking about strippers. Look, I just keep it real. Okay? You understand these principles, you can make money off of it, or, not be bothered about a lot of things in life. Keep it moving. Hashtag your seat was taken. Yeah, exactly. She wanted back though, because she like all my pictures all the time. And then coming under there commenting, beautiful, this, that. And I know she feels funny, but it's no problem. She could come back in my chair. I have people do that all the time. It might be that my price is a little higher than they used to paying, and so they go somewhere else, like trying to. They probably showing them my work, like, can you can you do this? Whatever, and they end up coming back most of the time. I don't worry. Like, you can come back. I don't care. I'm not funny like that. I know a lot of people are, but I'll just be like, I won't even bring it up. I'll just be like, girl, what's been up? What's been going on? Where did we leave off? Whatever happened with this? I would not even ever bring that up, because I kind of like 20% of me would want to know, but 80% of me is like, whatever. I don't know. Let me see if there are any more comments. Yep. Okay, so I've been on here an hour and 30 minutes, which is our usual chat time. Hopefully YouTube will get this together, because they are glitching hardcore tonight. So I'm going to let it go. I think I'm about to work. I don't have anyone. I took today off, and I don't have anyone in the morning. So I think I'm going to stay up and do an all-nighter. And this is an extra page that I'm going to add in this book. I put on here, what did I say? How do you do different nails? What did I say? No, that's another note. Oh my God, I got notes everywhere. You guys, what page am I supposed to be adding? Oh, here it is. Types of nails for different types of jobs. Yep. Portfolio. Let me write that down too. Portfolio. We could talk about that in the book, because it's just, it'll just be a page on that. Wait, comment. When do you plan on doing another video? Today is Monday. Maybe, you know what, lately, because they've approved me back again for live, it may be a short one while I'm out, or a short one in the middle of the day, or maybe I'll go live again tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I'm trying to aim for at least twice a week. Depends on how the week goes. So maybe you'll know, because I put up like a little snippet beforehand, and I'm trying to tell you, like, oh, it'll be an hour. I'm going live in 2 hours. And instead of saying the actual time, I thought about it. Like, people are in different time zones. So don't say a time. Just say a time span. So you'll know, because I'll be like, oh, I'm going live in 3 hours. I'm going live in 2. I think that's the best way to do it. Yep. Okay. So till next time, you guys. Catch you later.